I brought 2 plants that you must not eat.
I was just going to ask you that.
Oh, actually, do you recognise this? This is called a fumitory. No, that's chickweed. This one's called fumitory or ground smoke because it's kind of in the winter like now, it has this really pretty little flower. You can pass it around. It's not poisonous, but it's a medicinal plant, so it's not one that, although I think Jane eats it, but Jane eats anything, she's a liability. She eats it before she finds out whether it's edible or not. So pass it around. That's fumitory. I just know it's a medicinal plant. You should have it under supervision, but this one, under no circumstances should you eat it, because it's an irritant to your lining of your mouth, and it'll burn your mouth. It won't kill you, but it's really, really unpleasant. I had 2 people come on a workshop, and they said they had upset stomach and burning mouth for a day or 2. So this is called milkweed or euphorbia, and when you break the stem, it's full of a latex like milk which oozes up. See that? But you can apply it to warts externally. They've used it for cancer cells on your skin cancers. So pass it around just to have a look, and have a look at because if this grows along with chickweed, it can be easily mistaken. But you know how to tell chickweed. Chickweed's got that rubber band in the stem, and this one's got a white latexy milk. It stinks too.
Yeah, but it's just
Yeah.
it's stink, and I can't try anything at the moment.
Nose is blocked up.
You on antibiotics? No, I don't do antibiotics. Sorry.
Oh, good on you.
I let it run.
Garlic.
Did anyone here on antibiotics?
Is anyone here on antibiotics?
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, there's nothing wrong.
Just going to name and shame you and run away.
But do you know, we have to get back to folk remedies and treating ourselves when we get something like this. Like, do you know olive leaf? Olive leaf is an amazing antiviral plant. It's terribly bitter, but you expect medicine to taste horrible. You make yourself a big infusion of olive leaves. Just pick some olive leaves.
From your tree.
Just go and pick a tree. Just go and boil it up and drink the liquid with some honey in it, and you'll find it works.
Is it bitter to boil?
Yes, it's a hell of a bitter, but you want it to
But
be.
the olive leaf extract that you get
It's bitter.
is disgusting anyway.
Yeah. Well, why pay all that money?
And it's quite expensive.
Yes. So you can just boil up olive leaf and make yourself a.
Right, I'm going to do that.
Yes.
What would you have?
Sorry?
Would you have a couple of teas like then once a day, or would you?
No, you just drink 3 a day. Do it. Drink as much as you can. I mean, like having tea. It's antiviral, antifungal.
You can buy it for a lot of money.
Yeah, but you can just go out and make I do up these really amazing concoctions. I get celery pine. Do you know celery pine? That is also an antifungal. Celery pine, olive leaf, and kahikatea, that's a tonic. And boil those up and you've got yourself a wicked medicine. So this plant here is called Herb Robert. Now it has beautiful red stems, and it's growing at this time of year. It's in the geranium family. It looks a little bit like geranium, and it's quite pungently, it's quite strong smelling. I'll pass it around so you can smell. The smell doesn't make you want to put it in your mouth, but this, if you do, it turns to liquid in your mouth. I have 5 leaves a day as a therapeutic dose, because this has a thing in it called germanium, which I looked is on the periodic table of elements. Not that means much, but I just wanted to know what germanium was. And it helps oxygen cross into your cells, cross the barrier into your cells. So it's good for oxygen uptake. And also it's got iron. You can tell by the red colour of the stem. And it has a pretty little pink flower. But you can bathe your feet in this. You can make a brew and put your feet in, and it'll draw out toxins. What was that?
Oh, I'm married to my husband.
What? No, you're
Yeah. Looks at each other. And
We're one of those weird situations.
So,
I had a husband in my mind, didn't you? Being sick is not good.
that's okay. It's also been used for cancer treatments quite a bit. In my book I mentioned, I've got a really cool link to more information about it. And there's a herbalist in Australia who's had a lot of success treating cancer with this. But I'll pass it around.
Some in the smoothie.
Yeah.
Because it's not nice, but it'll hide, eh?
Oh, definitely.
Where to find that though?
Okay, this grows, this is, geraniums like, shady, cool places. So on the edge of bush or somewhere, or on the edge of our bush. Have you seen any around town?
Heaps in my garden.
Sharon got it from me, and now she's got heaps. But we can give you a plant. Have you got somewhere shady it could grow? Yeah.
We're selling plants.
Yeah. Oh, we've got massive. I don't have any seeds of this,
So
but
that's red with iron, and then obviously the beetroot leaves
yeah,
are
full of iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there was the tops of some root vegetable that you shouldn't eat.
That is so interesting. How can that come out? Like that you can eat the root but not the top. How can that be?
Yeah.
Does that add up? Oh yeah, well, rhubarb you shouldn't eat. It's just major oxalic acid. I mean, it's why.
So we'll talk about oxalic
Oh
acid
yes,
now.
oxalic acid. Yep. Right. So a lot of these plants, not these, but puha does have a bit of oxalic acid,
Yeah, kale's got it too.
but not majorly, has it?
Well, kale's got calcium. So, anyway.
Yeah. Well, there's some weeds that have, like, actually not really any of these majorly.
Silver beet.
Silver beet is the one that we know. You know that sort of acrid taste in your mouth it leaves? That's oxalic acid. And see, plants can't run, can they? So their defence is to put animals off eating them by having something in the leaves that they think, oh, I think I'll move on now. And so it can accumulate in your system. If you ate the same thing over and over for weeks, you'd end up feeling ill. So oxalic acid can react differently in different people. You can get a stomach ache, you can get a dry throat, you can feel nauseous. But the best remedy is to just rotate your greens, or like I've actually overdone it. So I can't actually have raw silver beet in a smoothie now, or even magenta spring. I've overdone that. But I can steam them and I'm fine. So somehow the steaming does something to it.
The heat and the
Yeah.
heat and the moisture and the,
Yeah.
and the water, they mix together. I've talked about oxalic acid before at Smoothie Club.
There's a fear that it can build up and cause kidney stones, but
It's not very proven.
no. And Victoria Butenko has dismissed that. But you've got to be sensible and not have like, I think you'd start feeling sick if you had silver beet every day for, a few days. You'd start thinking,
Has anybody done a green smoothie with a heat of silver beet and you feel sick afterwards?
I think about the dry throat.
Dry throat?
Yeah, me
I think it's
too.
like anything though, you just listen to your body. If you're drinking it makes you feel sick, then back off some of the stuff that's in it.
Okay, that's the, like, once everybody is actually tuned into their higher self, they'll just say, is this right for me to eat? Whatever it is. Whether it's something that someone else has said is poisonous or something, or
Yeah,
maybe that's what Jane does. She just,
yeah, exactly. For her, it seems to be okay.
yeah.
But, I used to say to people, if you don't know what a plant is, don't eat it. But the trouble with saying something blank like that is it stops people connecting with the plant themselves and sensing whether they actually could use it beneficially or not. Like we can all interact with plants and they can communicate with you. It might sound far-fetched, but it's true. You get a feeling. You know how therapeutic it is going in nature and how calming it is. Well, you can get to know your garden plants really well, and they can, you get a feeling about whether you should eat something or not, or you need that today and not tomorrow. That whole thing. It's just being around them all the time and building up this relationship. It's really fabulous. So I don't want to say, because I want you to feel the plant, look at them, smell them like you did, and see, we don't even feel them now. We don't even get intimate with them, and they want us to. It's like, you know, they want us to know them. And, yeah, well, exactly. They're just like us, sensuous, you know.
So I'm gonna just make a smoothie for you guys, and this is Julia's recipe. So she said to me in an email that she thought it would be a great idea to use her wheat sauerkraut in the smoothie. So we're going to do that.
Which is really out there, isn't it? I mean,
out there, but she reckons it brings out the flavours, right?
Well, we did last night.
Anyway, so we did have it last night, and it's not that bad, so I can. It smells funky. But no, it doesn't smell. It doesn't smell bad. Sorry, it's not. Nothing against your sauerkraut. I think it's lovely. Have you told them which herbs to use? You just used a range.
No. It's got most of these actually. It's got cleavers. I did the piece of paper I made.
And we're just going to use a range of different herbs.
It's got chickweed, cleavers.
1 tablespoon of this per 2 litre.
Yeah, so it's not much.
Not a lot.
That way you get your probiotics. And then you get some avocado, which is the saturated fat, so that helps you helps absorb the vitamins. So you're getting this balanced meal here.
And bananas.
Bananas and apples and blueberries.
Yep, and apples.
Antioxidants.
And sauerkraut. So if you'd like to prepare a handful.
Yes, I will. And we've got fennel here, and
you guys feel free to talk to Julia and ask her more and more things. She's got a workshop coming up, which is a workshop.
Fennel.
Yeah, but it's wild, isn't it? It's not like
it is.
The bulb on the bottom.
Yes, it is the bulb. There's wild and bulb.
Growing everywhere.
Yeah.
I thought, it's either dill or
Yeah, the workshop.
Tastes like it.
You don't think so? Try it, please. There's a workshop coming up where I'm up in Ho'oiti, so we'll be doing a weed walk, and you'll get to identify them and learn more. And we'll have some mint and we'll have some kale. Do you know there's 3 kinds of kale? This is the Russian red, this is the curly leaf, and this is the Cavolo Nero. I love this because it's like a palm tree and it's up high. Here goes.
Cool.
Some more.
This is Julia's recipe, and I'll post this on the Smoothie Club page if anybody wants.
Some dandelion. Dandelion is incredibly good. And some onion weed. I haven't told you about onion weed.
Onion weed.
Onion weed's growing this time of the year, and it's looks like this. It's also called 3-cornered leek because it's got this ridge at the back. Some people might think it looks like snowflakes or bluebells, but it has a beautiful white bell flower, and it has a little mini bulb at the bottom, which, you know, is like a mini spring onion. And people hate them because they are quite invasive, but only in a shady area. And then in the summer they completely die down. You would not know they were there until now they come up. And so this comes up at this time of the year in the winter when we need it for, you know, colds and stuff. It's full of sulfur, so sulfur is really good for, and vitamin C, good for colds and stuff.
Does it do anything for the soil?
That is a good question. I don't know. But a lot of these weeds, you're right, indicate things about the soil. Like Doc will tell you it's wet and acid. Chickweed tells you it's very fertile.
What does oxalic tell you?
It's acidic, probably. Dig it out. It's terrible. I mean, I'm not saying all weeds are good. I'm just saying that they all have their reason for being, and we've mainly caused it. We've actually brought them here on our boots from overseas. That all of these are not native. I mean, they've come from Europe. And they've adapted here because we have such an amazing climate, like us. And our New Zealand plants, they don't migrate, they don't colonise Britain. It's a one-way colonisation, which I think is quite interesting. Onion weed. It's quite distinctly oniony. You smell that?
Yeah.
You know it?
Got an probably.
Yeah. Yes, you can use it like spring onions. So pass it
So I
around.
just want to, I'm going to make noise and then you're going to start talking and it's going to be the end. Well, it won't be the end, but you know. So can everyone just join me in thanking Julia? I personally think it's highly interesting and I'm going to do a course. Remember, she's also got the book and I think she's got some weeds for sale. No, what's
Seeds.
She's selling weeds.
Because someone last night said, how do I start with weeds? And I hadn't thought about that. Like, if she's going to make a garden and you could just throw some seeds down, like I've got some different ones here, and they'll grow like crazy.
So yeah, thank you so much for coming along. I'm really, really glad you were able to come back and yeah, thanks all guys for coming along tonight.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, can't wait to try it.